Welcome to the Kate Molland channel. My podcast is now in progress. Let's tune in.
Okay, we are talking about dating questions. Jason, why is it important to ask questions on a first date?
Okay, I'm going to begin by responding this way. Yes, it is important to ask questions on a first date, but I say ask the right questions.
So we want high value questions.
You want to ask questions that reveal things about the person that you're talking to, the person that is opposite you. And when you ask any type of a question that is not revealing anything, I think that would be the wrong question. We've got to get into the person's personality. So I'm a strong fan of saying, hey, look, yes, ask questions on the first date, but ask questions that reveal their personality. What do you think should also be revealed by the questionnaire, especially the woman? A woman is dating a guy for the first time and she's contemplating seeing him a second date, third date, maybe she wants, especially if she is contemplating being in a relationship with someone. This is primarily for anybody seeking a relationship, not just a date or a hookup or something like that. It wouldn't really matter. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about building a relationship. So I ask you this. You want a question that would reveal their personality? We are focusing here on the right questions that a woman should ask a man, the right questions a man should ask a woman. But now we're talking from a woman's perspective.
Okay.
So if a woman is going to say to a guy, well, where did you buy your jacket? There are more important questions than that. Where did you buy your shoes? So we're asking questions about their personality. And we'll get to some samples of those questions in a minute. But my question to you is, are there other questions that would reveal things about the date other than personality? Questions that would reveal what? Values.
Oh, yes.
And goals.
Okay.
So, yeah, when you're talking to somebody, you're saying, yeah, I'm interested in your personality, but you don't say that. You just ask them questions that would reveal their personality. And like I said, we'll go over some of the questions a little bit later on. And you want to raise questions about their values. Like when I went on that date with that one blind date that I went on that I told you about, she got right to the point. And she got right to the point. She said to me, do you believe in God? And I said, yes, I do. And then she said, do you go to church? And I said, no, I don't. She said, then how can you believe in God and not go to church? I said, because Jesus Christ did not go to church. And she said, what do you mean, Jesus? I said, no, Jesus never went to church. Now, you could say, well, aren't you ruining the date by making it controversial like that? It didn't matter to me whether I had a second date. It didn't matter to me whether I was in a relationship or not. And I think that's important for a woman to understand up front, because if a guy doesn't care that he has another date with you, or if he doesn't care about being into a relationship with you, he's probably going to show a little bit more of his truer self than if he really wanted to date with you and really wanted to take it to the next level. He might be more susceptible or capable of being deceitful and saying, what can I say to impress her? What can I say to get her to want me? Now, I didn't care if she wanted me or not. And I think she began to feel that. And believe it or not, that's what I meant when I said, who has the power on the first date? Now, to me, the one that has the power on the first date is the one that could care less between the two. That one has all the power. But the one that really wants to be in a relationship with that person or wants to have a second date, they don't have as much power as the one who is not that much interested.
No, that's a really good point. And a lot of times I think women go into these dates, like whether it's the first or second date, and they're wondering more so, does he like me than do I even like him? Because, you can be hearing different things, but it takes discernment to evaluate what it is that you're seeing and hearing. And you may not even like him, but you're worried about him liking you.
We're all like that to a degree. I mean, I know I like being liked, no matter where I go or who I'm with. And if I'm on a first date, I want that girl to like me. I don't want to say anything to upset her or to get her angry. I want her to have a good time, but I also want her to understand that she's dealing with an authentic personality. First and foremost, I'm an authentic person. What you see is what you get. I'm not really interested in taking this to the next level, but if you want to hang out again, maybe I'm okay with that. Because she did want a second date, but I didn't want a second date. And I'll tell you why. She was a gorgeous young woman, let's put it that way. She might have been in her late 20s, early 30s, something like that. But I'll tell you why I didn't want a second date with her. I could feel her energy. She was a church girl, and she was looking for a father for her son.
Oh, okay.
I could pick up on that vibe right away. I said, this girl wants a man and a father. And I'm saying to myself, I'm not even going to get involved with this. There's just no way I'm going to hang out with a girl I have no future with.
It's a nice acknowledgement as to who you are as a human being, but that may not be for you. That may not be the situation you want to step into. And, I know plenty of women who feel very similarly, where it's like, hey, I'm single. I don't have kids. I don't want to be put in a relationship where I'm dealing with a mate who has kids and then also has an ex-wife who is the mother of those children. It creates a big dynamic that a lot of people just don't want to subscribe to.
Exactly. So anyway, going back to the first date again and those questions. So again, I feel that the right questions can help reveal the personality, the values and the goals. If you are saying in your mind you'd like to see that person again, so far so good.
Yeah, if I'm trying to evaluate somebody, I do want to understand, their personality, their values, and their goals. That's a great 3 key words to be using. I just don't want it to feel like 20 questions. Like, I don't like that energy. So how do you make it not feel like you're just ping-ponging questions off of each other?
Well, that is an interesting point, but I would say if you would just go in being non-judgmental, just say, this person wants to get to know me and they're truly interested and I'm flattered that they're interested, because if they weren't interested, they wouldn't be asking me any questions. And so if they're going to be doing like a bullet list of questions, I could stop it and just say, relax, I'm not going anywhere. It's okay. Just hold off a little bit. We'll take one question at a time. I'm flattered that you're interested in me. I'm also interested in you too. So you've got questions and I've got questions and we'll get around to them. We don't have to do everything today. We can just ask a couple of questions, enjoy our date, enjoy each other's, personality in this particular ecosystem. Let's just have a good time. We're here to eat, drink, and be merry, and have a couple of questions here and there, and just kind of go with the flow of the energy that we're both creating. And if it works out well, we'll see each other a second time, and there will be follow-up questions. How's that? Kind of like a real interview when you're going for a job. Sometimes they don't try to get everything up front. There's like the pre-application, the application, the phone call, interview, that sort of thing. But my question is this. Have you ever been on a date where the person you were asking questions of did not want to respond, or they did not want to answer questions?